I just come with him, feed him and clean him. This is Ben. He is purebred German Shepherd. He is medically retired from the military. He was a bomb sniffer. He was stationed in Alaska. And I don't know where else he was stationed. They didn't give me much of his military history. They gave me his whole medical record, but no military history. He does have spinal stenosis and is starting to have some hip problems, so he could no longer keep up with the younger boys out there in the field, could you? And he said it's kind of hot in Iraq and Iran. I don't like the heat on my black fur, so he came home and they will keep him. They are at Lackland. That is where you will, if you want to adopt one, you can adopt one there. There is a military dog adoption program, so they do not put the dogs down as was done with Korea and Vietnam War. They do bring them back, if at all possible, and treat them. They just built a brand new dog rehab center at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio. And they've got a pool for the dogs to do water aerobics in. So they have registered physical therapists and stuff to work with the dogs, as well as psychiatric people to work with the dogs for if they've lost their handler or they come back with PTSD. They will work with the dogs on that. Oh, that guy likes you. Yeah, he's a World War II vet.
One old dog.
Dogs have been used in the military since the time of Julius Caesar. At that time, they hooked them up to carts and would haul their armor and stuff to their war point, and then use the carts to haul back what they needed, their wounded and stuff, and what they liberated from their newest acquisitions. Anyhow, so dogs have been used, but then they, once the horses came in, then dogs were basically used more as a guard type of animal. Sentry posts, POW camps, military bases. They were used more for protection and attack rather than as sniffers. They did have some that were messenger dogs where they would go between two different handlers with notes and stuff that was needed because they could get through they were lower to the ground, of course, and they could run faster and longer than a man can to get the orders from one point to the other. That worked out pretty well until we got into the Pacific where there was the jungle. And you couldn't see around the corners. You couldn't see across the battlefield. So then they started training dogs to alert. The guys weren't able to sleep in their foxholes, and Japanese would sneak up on them and stab them and stuff. Well, you're just being really friendly today, aren't you, Ben? Yeah. He's on Rimadoll, which is Celebrex for dogs. For his kitchen is Gilon. But anyhow, so we got the Pacific. It was a different kind of warfare. This jungle warfare was something totally new. And so they needed dogs that could sniff and alert. And so then they put out the word and people volunteered their home family dogs. And basically I think a lot of them were the farm dogs or the Doberman Pinscher group decided to adopt the Marines, so the Dobermans people were really trying to find and train, do the basic training on dogies for the Marine Corps. So when they did get sent to the Pacific, it was a lot easier on our troops because they could lie on the ground above you in the foxhole and yet alert you that the Japanese were sneaking in on you at night, or you put them out on point, and they could go out 20, 30 feet in front of the first soldier and alert if there were Japanese hiding in the bushes up ahead. And then they also now have them trained as bomb sniffers. You see them. And I think most of the training now is all done at Lackland. It's Department of Defense now, and they train them for not only for military use, but for all of Homeland Security, the Air Force. If a dog can't handle maybe staying in the heat of a rock or something, they might go to a police department as a bomb sniffer for the police department because they don't have to cover such long distances and stuff. They're not be on the alert as much. They'll switch them over from being bomb detectors, IPD protectors, to human and cadaver search dogs if they're still able to get around okay. It depends upon how the back end of these dogs do, because the large dogs do lose their hips. Hip problems, they develop those a lot easier. But he's only got a few white hairs, don't you, Ben? You're 11 years old. He does not bite. But if you have something in your hand that you think might be food, or even like your earplugs just partially, he will go up and try to take them from you because he thinks it's food. But if it's totally closed in your hand, then he won't take it away from you until you've got fingers over. But he does like to bark and tell all the other neighbor dogs. I don't have any more trouble with feral cats or squirrels. We live on 3/4 of an acre, so he has lots of areas to run.
Come on, Ben. Okay, Ben, the bad guys are out there. You go get them, okay? No, they're out there.
He says, I'm retired.
Ben, I give you a cookie.
Thank you,
Thank you, man.
Thank you.